Now we discuss chapter 1, number system. First we see the introduction. We have already studied the number system. The number system includes natural numbers, whole numbers, integers and the rational numbers. These numbers are you already studied. Natural numbers start from 1, 2, 3, etc. to infinity. Whole numbers starts from 0 to infinity. Integer starts from negative numbers 0 and positive numbers. Okay, it includes negative, 0 and positive numbers. Rational numbers are a number or is called a rational number. It can be written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. Now we see an irrational numbers. Irrational number is represented as S. A number S is called an irrational if it cannot be written in the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. Okay. Now we see the square root value of 1 to 10. Among these values, we see which is rational number and which is not a rational number, that is an irrational number. Okay. Square root chapter you already studied. Okay. You know how to take the square root value also. Now we see. For the square root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. For square root of 1 is equal to 1. For square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 4. For square root of 4, you have that is square root of 4 can be write as square root of 2 into 2. So square root of 4 will be 2. Okay. Square root of 5 will be square root of 5. Now we see. For square root of 1 and the square root of 4, you have the rational number. Other values are an irrational number. Okay. Next we see the values from square root of 6 to 10. Okay. Square root of 6 is an irrational number. Square root of 7 is also an irrational number. Square root of 8 is also an irrational number. But square root of 9 we can write as square root of 3 into 3. So the value of square root of 9 is equal to 3. Square root of 9 is a rational number. Square root of 10 is an irrational number. Last year you have studied how to represent the rational number on a number line. Okay. Now we see how to represent an irrational number on the number line. For example, locate square root 2 on the number line. Square root 2 is an irrational number. Here we have to follow the Pythagoras theorem. You know that Pythagoras theorem is applicable for right angle triangle. Okay. For the right angle triangle, here I have labeled as OAB. Okay. According to Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Here hypotenuse is OB and sides are OA and AB. Let's consider these values are 1 and 1, and substituting the sides values, that is 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. Substituting these values, you will get hypotenuse. Um, so OB square will be 2. So OB is equal to square root 2. Okay. Now we draw the number line, that square root 2 on the number line. First we draw a line using the ruler, then mark the 1 centimeter value from 0. Okay. This value is 1 centimeter. Next we draw a perpendicular line to this point with 1 centimeter. So the perpendicular line will be 1 centimeter. Okay, now join these two points, that is 0 and B point. By joining these 2 points, you will get a hypotenuse value, and this value is square root 2, that is OB value is square root 2. So fix the compass at 0 and measure the radius square root 2 value. So using this square root 2 value, mark the line on number line. So that point is known as square root 2 value. Okay, understand? Okay. The second one is locate square root 5 on the number line. Okay. By using the Pythagoras theorem, we have to find out the OA value. Okay. OA value should be 2. Okay. If OA value is 2, you will get OB, that is hypotenuse value, will be square root 5. By substituting this OA and the AB values, we get 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. OB square is equal to 5 and OB is equal to square root 5. Using this OA and OB value, we can draw the square root 5, that is an irrational square root 5 on the number line. Next we see how to draw the square root 5 on the number line. Okay. First, as per the Pythagoras theorem, the OA value should be 2. Okay. So measure the 2 centimeter value from 0. It is marked as red ink. This is 2 centimeter. Next, the perpendicular line is drawn from A perpendicular line value will be 1 centimeter. So that only we will get the square root 5 value. That hypotenuse will be square root 5. Now we are joining the 2 points vertex, that is O and B vertex. Okay, using the compass, fix the compass at 0. Now measure the radius, the square root 5, that is hypotenuse value. Now draw the line with the radius, with the same radius, that is square root 5 radius. We get the square root 5 on the number line.